You're listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips, where we present audiobook quality readings of the classics for your enjoyment. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, just because you're a bumpkin doesn't mean you can't be cultured. Hello and welcome to The Cultured Bumpkin. On this episode, we're going to read a poem by William Butler Yeats. Now, William Butler Yeats was an English poet, and he was one of the most widely admired poets of the modern poets certainly, that have written in English. And he's admired by sort of common laymen, like myself, and sophisticates alike. It's pretty cool. He has very wide-ranging appeal in his poetry. He has the simple, indispensable gift of enchanting the ear in a variety of ways. And this one is called When You Are Old. Now, before we read it, if you're an audiobook fan, you should check out my YouTube channel. I don't post them here because they're too long. I post them on YouTube. I've done Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, Sense and Sensibility. I just posted The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes mystery, The Wind in the Willows, Anne of Green Gables, and lots of other short stories and audiobooks and poems and things like that. So if you like that kind of thing, make sure you check out my YouTube channel. I'll have a link in the show notes. Also, if you want to support the show and hear ad-free audiobooks, check out my Patreon. Okay, so here is When You Are Old by William Butler Yeats. When you are old and gray and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace and loved your beauty with love false or true, but one man loved the pilgrim soul in you and loved the sorrows of your changing face, and bending down beside the glowing bars murmur a little sadly how love fled and paced upon the mountains overhead and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. Isn't that pretty? That's a great poem. I mean, there's just some great stuff in there. Wow. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Check out my YouTube for audiobooks and a lot of poetry compilations. If you'd like to hear longer, a lot of poems in a row, I got a lot of that kind of stuff over there. I'll make poetry compilations, etc. So if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe and tell a friend. And thank you very much for listening. You've been listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, would you mind going and subscribing and leaving a nice review on whatever podcast platform you heard this on? I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.